So, Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I hope you had a nice week. Yeah, we're getting closer and closer to the high holidays. Hope you can feel it. Hope you get the excitement that I'm having, and I think Cindy's having too. We're all having so much excitement around the high holidays. We're gonna begin tonight with Yedid Nefesh. One. Okay. So Yedid Nefesh. It's Shabbat Ekev this week. We get the second paragraph of the Shema in this week's Parsha. We also get the line, V'achalta v'savata u'berachta, you shall eat and be satiated, and then you bless God. There's a lot about acknowledging God in this week's Parsha, and even themes about tshuva, about returning to that acknowledgement of God. So I can't help but connect it to the loss this past week of two very powerful rabbis in the Jewish world who helped so many people return to God. One was Reb Shaya Kalimnik in Rochester. He was actually the Orthodox rabbi for BBYO at their summer programs for a couple decades. His son, David, is a comedian in Jerusalem. But I know numerous people, numerous rabbis who found their way to the rabbinate through his teachings. And then today we lost, or I guess last night, we lost Rav Adin Steinsaltz. So Rav Steinsaltz started his life as a scientist. So he was a physicist, and then started studying Talmud, occasionally with the staff at Hebrew University where he taught. And then he eventually got more and more into Talmud, where he translated the entire Talmud, or oversaw the translation of the entire Talmud into modern Hebrew from Aramaic to make it relatable and accessible to Israelis, and then from that into English, which is now available free on Sefaria. The Koran Talmud is actually the Steinsaltz translation, and also into Russian. And he was all about democratizing Talmud, making it available to everybody, so any Jew, wherever they were, whatever they looked like, whatever language they speak, would be able to find their way into our tradition, to be able to have that connection, which he found so late in life. He passed away at age 83, and he's had decades of contributions to the Jewish world. But those two lights that have gone out on us. But we can honor their memories by being on this return to Judaism, to God, through tshuva and through Shabbat. So it's a good thing that we're all here together. Speaking about returning to God, in this case, greeting God, L'chuna ranana, we welcome God from a place of gratitude. I know I myself have relied on the Steinsaltz translation, both Hebrew and English, numerous times in my life, and so I have that gratitude that I'm holding with me this Shabbat.
Toda, Bizmiro, Nariado.
Ladon Anaria Litzor Yishenu Vichon Eranina Ladon Anaria Litzor Yishenu. Yeah, turn to Adonai Oz, to Mizmor LaDavid. The last two lines of Mizmor LaDavid. God gives us strength and blesses us with peace. And in the parsha this week, we're told to remember that houses we build, the food that we grow, the animals we raise, they're not the results of our own handiwork, right? But they're all blessings from God, channeled through us. But we should never kid ourselves into thinking that we are solely responsible for the blessings in our lives, for the good fortune in our lives. It all comes from God. And God gives us the strength to be able to make all that happen. One way or another, however you view it, whether it's directly from God or just all the way from the original source of creation, one cannot deny the fact that we are not 100% responsible for our lives. So we acknowledge this. Adonai Oz le'amoitain. Adonai Oz le'amoitain. Adonai Oz le'amoitain. Adonai Oz le'amoitain. Adonai yivarech etamo b'shalom. Adonai Oz le'amoitain. Adonai Oz le'amoitain. Adonai Oz le'amoitain. Adonai yivarech etamo b'shalom. Adonai dai 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 Adonai Oz le'amoitain. Adonai yivarech. Adonai yivarech. Adonai yivarech etamo b'shalom. I believe that melody was written not just by Rabbi Aviva Fonke, but also by newly ordained Kohenet Rachel Can. Very exciting. Wednesday night, Rachel was, she finished her Kohenet program. She and a number of other women were part of Class Chet, the 8th class of the Kohenet program. And so Rachel is now officially a Jewish priestess. So it was really an honor to be able to watch her and be able to celebrate her and all the incredible work that she's been doing really here at Mishkan, really honing her skills, and elsewhere as well. But we've obviously benefited greatly from her presence here. And I'm going to turn to Lecha Dodi, to another melody written by a member of the community. I should, before I continue this, I should thank Ellen Mark, because the last time I used this melody here, I was driving me nuts. I could never remember what melody it sounds like. And she reminded me, I've been along without you before I met you, gonna get along without you now. Going to meet somebody who's twice as sweet, I didn't like you anyhow. Whatever. So I'm sure that's not what Gidon had in mind when he was writing this, but I can never get that out of my head. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nekavela. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nekavela. Boi v'shalom v'teret bala gam v'simcha u'v'tzola toch emunei am segula boi chala lecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nekavela. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nekavela. Boi v'shalom v'teret bala gam v'simcha u'v'tzola toch emunei am segula boi chala lecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nekavela. Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nekavela. We turn to Psalm 92, Psalm for Shabbat. And we, all right, Tov L'Hodot L'Adonai. It's good to acknowledge God. It's good to thank God, to say Todah. So, just something from this past week for which you're grateful. Just hold that in your mind and let it work its way down into your heart. And hold on to that gratitude as we enter into Shabbat. ולזמר ולזמר בשמך העליון טוב והודות לאדוני. I know I'm having trouble here because I'm on the wrong key. Wrong fret there. Tov v'hodot l'Adonai. Tov v'hodot l'Adonai. U'lizamer b'shimcha elyon. Tov v'hodot l'Adonai. V'hagid b'boker chasdecha. V'hagid b'boker chasdecha. V'emunacha b'leilot. V'emunacha b'leilot. Tov v'hodot l'Adonai. V'hagid b'boker chasdecha. V'hagid b'boker chasdecha. V'emunacha b'leilot. V'emunacha b'leilot. Tov v'hodot l'Adonai. Tov v'hodot l'Adonai. Tov v'hodot l'Adonai. U'lizamer b'shimcha elyon. Tov v'hodot l'Adonai. V'hagid b'boker chasdecha. V'hagid b'boker chasdecha. V'emunacha b'leilot. V'emunacha b'leilot. Tov v'hodot l'Adonai. V'emunacha b'leilot. V'emunacha b'leilot. Tov v'hodot l'Adonai. Tov v'hodot l'Adonai. Tov v'hodot l'Adonai. U'lizamer b'shimcha elyon. Tov v'hodot l'Adonai. As we move towards the more Ma'ariv part of the evening, though we don't actually do Ma'ariv, we do say prayer for healing, sing Ana Elna, and obviously there's still a lot of pain in this world, in this country. A number of folks in the community who are sick. A lot of family members who are struggling as well. Spoke with someone today who has a yard site tonight, and how difficult it is to not be able to mourn properly this year for his little sister. So just invite you to get in your mind those who are really suffering, including yourself. And we'll say a prayer for everyone's healing. Ana Elna Refanala Ana Elna A full and speedy recovery to all those in need. Before we continue, rather I should say, before we conclude with Shalom Aleichem and lighting candles and Kiddush, just a couple brief announcements. So we got services tomorrow morning, as we do every week, via Zoom. So please join us for that. Tomorrow evening, 8:15, we have a Havdalah Mariv minyan, a yard site minyan. It's the yard site of Russell Schwartz's mother. So we'll be joining together on Zoom for that. The information is at mishkon.org at the calendar. And I think that is it. Just want to make sure folks are renewing membership and getting ready for the high holidays. We depend very much on everyone rejoining the fullest extent of your ability, especially if you have not been directly impacted financially by the pandemic. Because we need to make sure that we can keep the doors open, so to speak, and make sure that we can keep all our staff and everything. So, especially with nothing much happening in Congress as far as getting our stimulus package out there and PPP back to help us out again. More and more information will be coming out soon about high holidays, so keep an eye out for that. But in the meantime, tell your friends to make sure they are renewing as well. And there's something else I was going to say, and I can't remember now. Lo chashuv. All right. So Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Baruch Hu. nice to see that handsome face joining us here on Zoom. Glad to have you with us. And we'll light these candles. And for those who will be with us tomorrow morning for services, I will give you a little. Maybe you'll stay with me this whole time until I can get these candles lit. I think it's trick matches. I'll give you a little preview of tomorrow morning's drash. It is actually based loosely. It's connected to the lighting of Shabbat candles. So we'll see. We'll see what's there. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. And we'll bless Kiddush. Vayer vayevoka yom hashishi. Vayachulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzevam v'yachol Elohim bayom hashvi'i melachto asher asa vayishbot bayom hashvi'i mikol melachto asher asa vayavarach Elohim et yom hashvi'i vaykadesh oto ki vo shavat mikol melachto asher bara Elohim lasot tzavri. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh zecher l'tziat mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta v'otanu kidashta mikol amim v'shabbat kodshecha v'yahava uvratzon hinchaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat. All right. Well, Shabbat Shalom, those who are on Facebook or elsewhere. We say